In the heart of the corridor of land linking the Americas lies Honduras, the second largest country of Central America. Forests cover 48% of its territory. The Rio Plátano Reserve, together with the adjacent Bosawás Nature Reserve of Nicaragua, form the second largest tropical rainforest in the Americas. Located between two oceans and with a diverse topography of fertile valleys, flowing rivers and high mountain ranges covered with dense forests, this reserve is both the home of great biodiversity and an absorber of carbon dioxide, the main contributor to climate change. Such natural richness is vulnerable to climatic change and to impacts caused by widespread poverty among the rural population. Poor communities are mostly devoted to uncompetitive agriculture and other low-income livelihoods that often ignore the intrinsic value of forests. Forest deterioration is at a critical level. Factors driving the loss of tree cover and biodiversity include unregulated land tenure, expansion of intensive agriculture, forest fires, illegal logging, and the establishment of agro-industries. For these reasons, Honduras loses about 0.5% of its forests every year, adding to its challenges as one of the countries most vulnerable to climate change. Consequences of such vulnerability have included the degradation of forests due to infestation by pine bark beetles. During the past 2 years, the beetles have destroyed 9% of the country's pine forests, affecting water reserves, biodiversity, livelihoods, and communities as a whole. Meanwhile, in many communities, legal ambiguity over land ownership creates land disputes that make it difficult to manage resources and implement effective governance. Over the past 5 years, the European Union has supported the government of Honduras through the promotion of community forestry, strengthening forest governance, and supporting the implementation of national forest policy and strategies, highlighting as cross-cutting themes climate change, environmental conservation, biodiversity, gender, governance, and human rights. The government has assigned forest areas to communities which have implemented agroforestry practices, protecting forests from deforestation, while developing approaches such as the use of drought-resistant seeds to adapt to and resist climatic changes. In remote forested communities, 8,000 women have been trained on issues such as forest protection and natural resource management. The construction and operation of alternative energy technologies has reduced the consumption of fuel wood, while improving domestic energy use and the health conditions of households in general. To protect forests from deforestation caused by illegal logging, Honduras is in the process of negotiating with the European Union a voluntary partnership agreement, which establishes mechanisms to guarantee the legal origin of timber goods exported to the European internal market. In order to mitigate conflicts over land ownership in forest areas and to ensure greater legality, Honduras has been promoting greater transparency in the process of land regularization. With the support of the European Union, Honduras has managed to regularize 73% of the more than 375,000 hectares of forested land identified for regularization.
Durante décadas, el gobierno de Honduras ha enfrentado grandes retos en materia forestal y la conservación de los recursos naturales. En los últimos 5 años, con el apoyo de la Unión Europea, se ha impulsado el desarrollo forestal y la conservación de zonas productoras de agua, de áreas protegidas y la vida silvestre, con resultados altamente positivos. Sin embargo, queda mucho por hacer. Continuar implementando las políticas, programas y planes sectoriales forestales y lograr la sostenibilidad del sector.
La hoja de pino, lo que es el bosque, a través de eso nosotros nos podemos beneficiar y también se beneficia a nuestra familia. La naturaleza para nosotros lo que representa es vida, porque sin las plantas, sin los árboles, nosotros no podemos recibir lo que es el aire puro y a través de eso también nos beneficia porque ahí están las fuentes de agua, donde nosotros podemos tomar agua y que también eso es lo que nos da la fuerza en nuestro cuerpo.